Hey, talking about Star Fox Zero, that's not the score I'm giving this game, that's the name of it. It's developed by Nintendo in partnership with Platinum Games, and that actually puts a big smile on my face because I love Platinum. This is definitely derivative of other Star Fox experiences. They definitely have callbacks in this game quite a bit, down to the voice guy that sounds like the Super Nintendo voice guy saying, "Good luck."
Good luck.
You go off on all kinds of on-the-rails type space missions where you really don't have a lot of choice as to where you're going to be flying. You're sliding back and forth across the sort of tube of space and stuff that's being shot at you, and you're trying to avoid asteroids and things like that as you take down a never-ending battalion of enemy spaceships and big, huge capital ships. You're dodging and weaving and flying all the way through different obstructions, trying to stay alive. And then you also get into these open area type battles as well, where you can actually fly around in 360-degree space. You have a little bit more freedom of movement. You can do barrel rolls and somersaults and fly all over the place as you take down all kinds of enemies that way. There are different vehicles in this game. You can control a tank. You can control a chopper, like a helicopter type vehicle. You also get this little chicken walker type thing where you're scrambling along like an AT-ST, taking out all kinds of obstructions and enemy installations and things like that. Always lots of turrets in the Star Fox games. Of course, Slippy Toad is in here. You got Falco Lombardi, you've got Peppy Hare, and you've got the complete cast of characters that we've seen over the years in the Star Fox games. All of that is nice. I have skipped over the controls, but I think that is the defining factor here in your appreciation or your ability to appreciate and enjoy Star Fox Zero. They have added an unavoidable motion control scenario into this mixture, and that means that you've got to pick up your gamepad and sort of look around in real space to target with your reticule, and that makes it incredibly difficult sometimes to deal with all of the carnage all the way around you, fly through it, and also target all of the enemies that you've got to take care of. And it will frustrate you, it will make you scratch your head, it will make you curse like it did my friend Blake Siefkin as we experienced this game for the first time. But a magical thing does start to happen after you've played Star Fox Zero for about an hour. You start to acclimate and you understand why this decision was made. It was made, let's be honest, to kind of showcase that the two-screen experience on the Wii U can function and can be kind of fun and can be kind of cool, but it doesn't always work. It feels like you are haphazardly contending with the insurmountable challenge of just trying to fly right and target straight. So you're fighting the controls, and it's a drag. What I did find interesting, though, is that when you've got this two-screen control schematic, it actually works better with certain vehicle types. I found that flying the helicopter type of vehicle was actually benefited from the two-screen kind of control, because it was sometimes much easier to just look at the target screen, which is defaulted to the gamepad screen, and just look through my first-person viewpoint that way, as I could also scan the television screen to see where my helicopter was in placement to all of the enemy types that were around me. Same kind of thing with the tank construction as well. I felt like looking, especially when I was fighting bosses, looking at the first-person viewpoint of my turret helped me kind of aim and take down the boss that I was fighting. But I also needed to see where my tank was in relative space to the boss, so I could just scan up and look at the television screen and know exactly what was going on there. And that actually was kind of cool. That's when it kind of hit me that, oh yeah, I guess the concept probably stemmed from the fact that they wanted to go multi-vehicle in this game, and then they just tried to kind of band-aid it onto the regular flying sort of mechanisms that are a part of the Star Fox experience that we all know and love for many, many years. And that's where things go wrong. And it feels like you're just struggling the entire time, and you're sort of just getting past missions almost clumsily, and almost like you're just sort of falling and bumping into things as you're getting to the end. And then, you know, you wipe your forehead and you go, whew, okay, I never have to play that one again. And you go on to the next mission, and hopefully it's a different vehicle that makes sense with the controls that they've set up. I do hope that Nintendo does an aftermarket patch on this thing to give you the traditional Star Fox controls. They should just give us more options with these controls. That would be great. I do think that looking out of the first-person cockpits is kind of cool. I did like bouncing up to the television screen. You just press the select button and you can be first-person on the big screen. I certainly dug the HD graphics and the Star Fox kind of vibe of everything. I find that there are some silly kind of connections to the history of Star Fox. I think it's crazy that the bosses are just called Boss. I think that's just insane. Nintendo's got to work up their story writing and their narrative on the Star Fox world a little bit more than that. I did get into it. I did have a good time with this, but this should have been so much more. The wait has been interminable for this, and Star Fox is such a great franchise. It certainly makes me want to go back and play the original and play Star Fox 64, even the 3DS game. But I think I'm kind of done with Star Fox Zero. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.